Let's visit Penance General Store. The store was well supplied after many transports finished their journey here at Penance. So we can sell things like the Hawkeye rifle. Like the Wild Buffalo rifle. The Dirty Copper. The 2 coach guns. Pretty good. And now we have quite a lot of money. Wow. We have so much money. That's brilliant. I love it. What else do we have in here? A Battlesnake snuff box. Does it give you luck? No, it's just a counter. Ooh, rope. Need that. Oh, healing items. Need all of that. That's pretty good. Do we need... No, we don't need resources. Or, not resources, provisions. A wonderful tonic. Oh, yeah, there's some good stuff in there. I suppose I should buy one just in case. There's no reason not to. And that's that. Pretty good. And we have the sheriff's office. We entered Penance Sheriff's office. I'm gonna ask about William McCarthy. Will is fast. One of the fastest I have ever seen. He's young, too. And dumb. Last I heard, he was looking for a place to lay low at that shifty Hartman's place. Oh, that is where we're going. So, let's look around.
It's good to be out of that freaky winter.
And we have silver mines over here. It was just another abandoned mine. A solemn remnant of a silver fever from years ago. It seemed like it used to be a good one. Long, twisting corridors bored deeply into the rock. It's hopeless. Without a map, we'll just get lost in these corridors. Let's turn back. Ooh, curious. And we also have Widow's Home. In the distance, we saw a small gray farmhouse. A couple of emaciated nags and a cow roamed freely nearby. On the porch of the house stood an older woman. Howdy, ma'am. No need to be alarmed. We're traveling on our own business, and I just wanted to ask for directions. The woman wasn't scared. If anything, she seemed excited to see us. She was over 40, but still looked quite nice. As in... quite nice? What do you mean, quite nice? Do you mean quite beautiful? What is nice? An old nice... You can't have a nice old woman? What? Either way, despite a cloud of sadness hanging over her... I ain't scared, cowboy. I'm actually glad to meet you. And you have a priest with you, exclamation mark. I prayed for days for God to bring one about. And there you are. What strange providence. Are you in need of assistance, my daughter? We sat down on the porch, for the weather was nice, and the woman, Sylvia, had brought us some coffee. She promised to tell us her story when we were ready. I have been a widow for 3 years now. My husband was buried alive in a mining accident. For 3 years I mourned. Finally, I felt prepared to accept my fate. I had saved up some money and was ready to leave this place and try my luck in the city. And that's when my Thomas came back.
Son of a bitch!
For a moment, I thought it had all been a horrible mistake. That he had somehow miraculously survived and returned to me after all those years. But as he came closer and closer, oh, I still can't believe it. He was dead. His face, his smell, it was horrifying. But the worst part is that he doesn't seem to understand what happened. He's confused. He tried to take care of the farm, but the animals were scared of him. I was scared of him. And now I'm stuck here with him. Please, I need help. I don't know what to do. He's a stubborn bastard then, says Jin. How does the vow go, Lazarus? Till death do us part?
You think this is funny. Imagine your own loved one returned like that to you. Would you laugh then? Oh, I forgot. You never had a loved one.
No, I didn't do that. I'm canonically aromantic, is Jin. I'm gonna help the widow. All right, Sylvia, we'll help you. Where's that undead husband of yours? God bless you. I locked him in the attic. I don't know what else to do. Sylvia unlocked the attic for us and went for a walk away from the house. We stood under the ladder and the smell of an open grave wafted down onto us. There was no backing down now. Unless there was, because we could just leave. So we can spend whiskey. Yeah, let's spend whiskey. Let Bill deal with the undead.
For someone who was laid to rest a long time ago, I'm goddamn tired.
Old Man Bill climbed up to face the other dead men. All we heard were whispers. 2 hours later, we watched in shock as Bill led the undead husband downstairs and outside. The dead husband stood on the porch and stared longingly after his wife in the southern distance. After a while, he donned an old hat and walked north without a word. Soon he was gone. "It's done," says Bill. "I made sure he understood what he has become, and he chose to wander, maybe find some purpose somewhere else. He's gone now. You're free." "Are you sure?" No, I know you're sure. He won't be coming back. Still, I hope he finds some kind of happiness out there. Anyway, thank you. Here's some money for your help. Could you depart now? I need to be alone." And let out her new husband from like the wardrobe or something like that. So we lost whiskey, which is totally fine. We have a lot of it, and we gained a little bit of money. That's good. And with that, we left the widow and went our way. A fistful of dollars. Scorndale was one of many ghost towns in the hard west. Why the folks who had once lived here departed, no one knew for sure. All they had left behind was a carcass of a once prosperous town, devoid of any worth. There's nothing here. Come on. As of right now, there isn't. Hartman Ranch. Hartman's ranch was vast, well protected too, but those lands bore no cattle or horses, for Reg Hartman dealt in another kind of merchandise, weaponry, which he warehoused in his numerous stables and barns. A pretty white manor stood at the center of it all. "I'm Carter, and this is my posse. We're here to do business with Reggie. I'm an old friend." The guards did not comment. They forced us to leave our guns behind, so we complied. With our special skill set, we weren't intimidated, nor did we feel truly disarmed. As one of them led us to the manor, I made sure my guys knew what they were getting into. The gals didn't know anything.
Hartman is a tough and smart bastard. Do not think he's all just talk and charm. Not for a second.
"Don't damn me to Jericho if it isn't Jim Carter himself. Welcome back. And you brought friends. Very good, very good. Come sit, drink with me."
Hartman, you crazy goddamn bastard. Looking good. Being out of jail suits you.
Yeah, you know me. I need my space open. But what brings you here? How can I help? It's a long story, but we need some stuff, and I was hoping you might help. I'm all ears, pal. Come on, let's get into my office. We'll talk business. Yeah, I'm gonna ask about William McCarthy. Hartman seemed irritated. He didn't even look at us, saying that the kid wanted to stay at the ranch, but was thrown out. I don't need that kind of heat on me. He probably holed up somewhere in the prairies. Check the tall rocks right there. That would be a good place to hide. Now leave me be, I'm busy. I'm gonna comment on Hartman's business.
Built yourself a cozy little empire here, did you?
That I did. Do you like my operation here? I've grown a bit since we were selling stolen cannons back to their unwitting owners during the war. I explained the plan to Hartman, omitting our reason to venture to San Argent, and he was wise enough not to ask.
To pull this off, we're gonna need 3 things. A train, powerful explosives, and some serious firepower.
4 things, in fact, not to capitalize words after a colon, because, you don't do that. As for the firepower, you came to the right man. I have just the thing for you, and I'm in a generous mood, so I'll gladly lend it to you. Stop beating around the bush. What's the cost? Asks Bill. Oh, I like that guy. All business, right? My price? I need to secure a loan from Trampletown Bank. Yes, that is the name of a town. Don't worry about it. One that I won't be too keen to return anytime soon, if you know what I mean. Preferably in gold.
This is madness. Can't we find a more rational way to proceed. Robbing a bank? Seriously.
You know me, Carter. A tit for a tat. That's my final offer. Rob the bank, and I'll be ready to give you the cannon. It seems like we don't have much of a choice. We'll do it. Fantastic. And you don't have to worry about Lawman. It's a private bank belonging to Victor Brass, an industrial mogul. He might get pissed, but he won't issue wanted posters after you. He doesn't want that kind of attention. I think industrial mogul here means the outlaw or something to that extent. We'll need a train as well. I bet you already thought of going to Penance, and you were right to do so. It's the best place for that kind of job. What about explosives? Explosives are like weeds these days. Easy to find, but hard to pluck properly. You can find some in an abandoned mine not far from here. I'll mark it on your map. Let's hope no one took over the place.
You have a lousy taste in friends, Carter. That's lucky for me. But real bad for you.
Nah, it's totally fine.
I think I've been here some time ago.
Real bad for me? Why is it real bad for me? What the hell? And we could go to the old farm to confront William. We reached McCarthy's hideout. He had set up a camp by some tall rocks. Smart. He saw us advance before we saw him. He threw himself after his gun and then crouched behind a boulder. I'm gonna call for him to surrender.
You're not taking me alive, cowards. I'm the fastest gun in the West. You won't stand a chance.
Oh, yeah? I happen to know the fastest gun in the West, and it ain't you, kid. Any one of us could take you on. If you don't give up right now, we'll prove it, too.
That's not a good argument, mate. Oh, yeah, you're not. I know the fastest way. It's not you. And he's also not here. So it's like, that's not an argument. Deal. But if I kill one of you, you're letting me go. Swear on Christ's own damn cross. I swore. And Lazarus made a big show of approving the deal. Finally, McCarthy came out from behind his rock and stood there, ready. All I had to do was to choose our champion. And it's going to be Clalish, because she's a partner, and she's not going to take any injuries. Oh, the serious native lady. I'm scared shit. Before McCarty finished his sentence, Clalish called upon the 1,000 voices dead, still lingering inside her mind. They began manifesting one by one all around McCarthy, wailing like banshees. McCarthy tried to shoot them, but the bullets did them no harm. Once his gun was empty, Clalish calmly walked toward him, took his pistol from his trembling hands, and tied his hands behind his back.
If you had as many dead people in your head as I do, you would prefer to let folks live.
That is a beautiful sentence.
I think I've been here some time ago.
Yes, it's penance. Let's bring McCarthy alive. How you manage this, I don't know, but well done. Here's your money. As for you, Will, you'll be dancing from the end of a rope soon. And there we go. That's how that turns out. Do you have a lot of whiskey? We do. Yeah, we're good on our stuff. We have a lot of money as well, which is beautiful. It is great. The position we're in is great. We also have another poster here. I'm gonna have to figure out. Did we never find Pilot? Or is it just for later? I don't know.
Let's go.
I think I did everything. In the previous area.
I know these hills. Here, follow me.
Prospector's Camp. A lone prospector looking for gold. As we rode closer, the prospector finally noticed us. He gasped, jumped up, and threw his hands in the air to show that he was unarmed.
Some would say it's cowardice to give up before anyone actually robs you. But I don't. I'd say you're a smart kid. Careful. Reasonable. I like that.
He calmed down upon hearing Flynn and Clalish laugh. He offered us some awful brandy and asked if we had any food we'd be willing to share. We actually, yes, we can give him a tin can. He repaid us by marking, quote, a good spot, unquote, on our map, and thus ruined our map, because don't draw on my map. Why are you drawing on my map? I don't draw on my map. Why are you doing that? Anyway, I wondered what he meant by that. You know, quote, a good spot, unquote. But we said goodbye anyway.
That way.
It's this way. The, quote, good spot, unquote, was nothing but a river bed and a bunch of rocks. I don't get it. What's so good about this place? Klalish laughed and dismounted. She entered the cold stream and started panning, looking for gold dust and nuggets. The rest of us glanced at each other and then hurried to help us. Apparently we had pans on us. After a while, we had a nice... Well, we should have pans because we cook things and stuff out in the middle of nowhere. So, yeah. We just might not have, like, proper... sieves, I believe. Do you do it with a sieve? You can do it with a pan, but whatever. After a while, we had a nice handful of gold nuggets to our name. And by that, I mean a single one. A well-deserved reward. Extra luck. You use it. That's interesting. Huh.
It's good to be out of that freaky winter.
Snake oil salesman. A rickety coach painted like a circus poster stood near our path. Its owner, that's wrong, was waving at us, seemingly happy to see us.
Oh, I know their kind. Don't drink anything he gives you, especially if he offers any of his shit for free.
You hurt my feelings, young miss. I'm not one of those irresponsible hacks you mentioned. I am Phineas Bott, and I'm a real doctor.
Phineas Bott?
Phineas Bott, an inventor and medicine seller. Please feel free to look at my wares. What can I do for you, fine folks?
Inventor, you say?
Yes, and I collect all kinds of strange recipes. I'll be glad to pay if you ever bring me something like that. Or if you need someone to make something special for you, I'm here. I'm fascinated by anything supernatural. That's why I was so excited to talk to you. I can clearly see that you people have had some run-ins with the other side. Tell you what, if you'll allow me to examine any of you, I'll pay good money. Think about it.
And we need a blue dynamite recipe. All right then, Mr. Butt. Let's get to it for science. Butt is an actual surname, by the way. That's not his name, he's Bott, but Butt is literally a surname. He could be Phineas Butt, and it would be the surname of a person. So this requires people to be partners. Oh, speaking of which, I need to talk to them in camp. Let's ask Klalish. Oh, I get money for this? Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a strong spiritual aura. You must have a lot of contact with spirits of the deceased. But how? So many of them? Hundreds? Incredible. Do you have to fight them over the control of your body?
They are my guests, not my adversaries. I will grant them my memory, a place in my own soul, but nothing more. Not my ears, not my mouth.
Oh, your will must be tough as steel, Klalish, to hold all those spirits back. Anytime you feel more like talking about that.
Do me.
Let's see. Oh, no shadow. What a peculiar circumstance. How does it work exactly? Could you open your mouth for me? I wonder. No, you actually do cast a shadow onto yourself.
Yes, otherwise he would look really, 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 really well lit all the time.
It's only the rest of the world that's unaffected. Fascinating.
My shadow might be gone, but I still look good in a mirror.
You probably look better, because, you know, you don't... Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know if you would look better. All right, Mr. Butt, show us what you got.
Ah, it's Dr. Bott, actually. And here's my merchandise.
We have medicine. I have 7 of them, so that's pretty good. We also have doctor's bags, which is 6 HP. That's not drastic. It doesn't... I don't really think... I don't really think there's a reason to stack up on that. There's nothing tremendous. I think the Wonderful Tonic might be cheaper. I mean, this is really cheap. So I'll just go. I'll just use the bandages as much as I can because they are really cheap. Good things. We need to find a recipe. And we need to pack up, talk to Flynn.
Compared to the orphanage, Mornwood was heaven. On the streets of one of the biggest towns in the Hard West, I just blended right in. And I liked that. Whenever I got into trouble, I had my witchcraft to help me. No one could catch me. Just imagine what jobs and cons I managed to pull off. But folks started to figure it out, and soon the law was all too interested in me. They put up wanted posters everywhere, accusing me of witchcraft and dealing with the devil. Can you imagine?
Yes.
A crazed mob of people searched every nook and cranny of Mornwood to find me. And you'll never guess who helped me escape. A local priest of all people. Guess not all people of the faith are assholes after all.
And that is Flynn. Clalish?
That macaw I was telling you about. He told my cousins that I had spirits inside me. The 1,000 Voices Dead, he called them. The souls of the people who died in the Elkrat massacre. Just waiting for me to unleash them so they can have their vengeance. The sad part, he was not wrong. Those 1,000 Voices Dead I was talking about, I didn't want to have anything to do with them. I knew they'd only bring more violence, more death. Rather than wait for Makar to turn my people against me so he could use the 1,000 Voices Dead for his own ends, I struck out on my own. I became a tracker and a hunter for hire. Learning the ways of your people. Learning what drives you. I'm still learning.
We're gonna need to become friends for you to stop learning, I think. But that is quite good. Trampled Town would be for the explosives. Let's look around a little bit more. Because we looked from afar at the wreckage, now swarmed by people of the Brass and Company. They cordoned the spot and kept heavy guard over the carcass of the machine.
Look at those guys, swarming the cars like they owned them. I wonder what they're trying to achieve here.
This is none of our business. Leave them be. Oh, it's none of our business.
I always watch for an ambush.
How about this one?
Stop making such a ruckus.
It was some kind of strip mine, but it seemed whoever used to work here was digging for some weird material inside the deep rifts scarring this place. It all looked very suspicious. Acquire the explosives at the abandoned. It's the mine.
Something's not right. I don't see any smoke. This place is too silent for a mining operation. We better be on our guard.
We better. But not at the moment. Let's go into Prudence. An abandoned fort. It was weird to think that the war had reached that far. Let's enter it. Right, I still need Flynn to be a partner for this thing. It's gonna be a while, isn't it? Did I do anything here? All that was left of the parish that had stood here once was a couple of ramshackle houses and a tall bell tower on a hill. There's nothing of worth here, Carter. Also, this parish stands on a land sacred for local tribes. We shouldn't linger. Plural tribes. Curious. Anyway, let's rob a bank, I suppose.
Let's see what's over there.
Or, yes, let's see what's over here. Let's do this one instead. Approach the mine.
Something's not right. I don't see any smoke. This place is too silent for a mining operation. We better be on our guard.
We're a little bit on the injured side of things. Is that going to be a problem? It is. It is going to be a problem.
Nothing better than a ride along the prairie.
Getting healed is better. So there it is. We could go to the store. See if there's anything that we would like here. That is expensive. That thing gives you luck. It's a usable item, though, I think. Because it's AP cost. It's reusable. It says reusable. That is really nice. Oh. Huh. Maybe that is stuff like that is going to remove the need for save scumming. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Either way, we're healed, and that's all I needed. Thanks very much. Let's go back to where we were. Shadow Swap 2. Let's give her speed. I need 2 pairs. Or 3 of a kind. That would do it as well. I could just give him speed for days. And he would get Wild Run too. So I need 2 pairs for her. 1 pair for him. And if I'm gonna go for 1 pair for him, I'm gonna give him speed here. And speed here. And maximum HP and that. And he gets bullheaded at the same time. And she just needs that. And that. What is that? Bull's high chance, sure. That's actually quite good. And that does it. As for you, I don't really have a preference for you. Maximum HP is probably a good thing to have. So I'll just give you these. Winner takes all, sure. And then you get the rest. What's that one? Maximum luck. Probably not a bad thing. Shadow Barrage, what does that do? It does more damage. And it requires a straight. Or a flush. Or probably 4 of a kind. Or a full house. Yeah, that would do it. So I need to remove... That sucks. Yeah, it is what it is. He doesn't get the nice things. Doesn't matter. We don't have enough cards.